My great niece, Abigail, had been kidnapped, abducted on October 7th after she and her brother and sister, 6 and 9 years old, witnessed the murder of their parents by Hamas terrorists. And I was up on the Capitol Hill trying to just meet with people, telling them our family story. And there was this beautiful woman who held my hand and prayed and said, "I'm going to help you." And from that moment till now, we have developed a beautiful friendship, but we've also developed a sisterhood and just a powerful relationship based on a real tragedy, but that through it, we've been able to really find commonality and shared humanity. Not only is this an opportunity for me to really just say thank you to Penny, but also to just really have an honest, authentic conversation with a woman who has very different background than I do and comes to this from a different place. But when we came together, we were able to make and bring change. And for me, that's been a really special opportunity. So I just want to say Penny has really touched my heart. And as a way of introducing her, I just want to say thank you for being here, but thank you for being in my life and having helped our family and so many Americans who were held hostage, and so many Israelis and people from over 25 nations who were kidnapped on October 7th and taken to Gaza, because you've been a real advocate, you and your organization, for their release. And also, I really want to say thank you for the work you've done to fight anti-Semitism and support Israel.
Thank you, Liz. That is so sweet. I feel sort of tearful as I remember that first day. You know, the world had turned upside down on us just maybe, I think it was like a 2 weeks earlier.
Yeah.
And we got a call from a woman in Israel that called one of my staff and said, "We have some families coming, families of hostages, and they want to meet with some Republican members, but they don't really know how to do that. Can you help them?" And we were like, "Of course."
Yeah.
And they said, "Well, they'll be there tomorrow." And so we were great. You know, that's the thing. You build these relationships with members and you trust each other. So I reached out to Cindy Hyde-Smith, a Republican senator from Mississippi, and she pulled together all the Republican women in the Senate. And then we reached out to Kathy McMorris Rogers, who's my friend, who's Energy and Commerce chairwoman from Washington State. And she pulled together Republicans and Democrats. And that was the first time we were together. And I just remember standing there. I'd worn Israel blue dress, just on brand, ready to go to the Hill. And I didn't expect to make new friends, but I did. And it's been such a sweet friendship in which, you're right, we come from different places. You're Jewish, I'm evangelical Christian. I think you're from LA originally, and Israel and New York. I'm a hillbilly from a pastor's kid from Tennessee and Kentucky. I live in Washington, D.C. and have for most of my life now, because I've been in policy ever since I graduated from Liberty University. And so we come from very different places in many different ways, but there's a sweetness to the fact that we found common ground and something so much bigger than ourselves, that we had to move into this moment to advocate for, as it says in Matthew, the least of these families, these victims, the women that were raped and abused, and the families who lost people. And then, of course, little Abigail, and who was released, but the many others that are still being held.
Yeah.
I never want my grandchildren to ask me, "What did you do?" and not have an answer to that. Because to me, this, in my lifetime, this is the biggest, most outrageous moment that I think I may have ever experienced.